What's up guys, Holding Alex with you here, bringing you Sword Art Online Season 3 anime review. This was episode 24 titled My Hero. This was an insane episode. Like just from start to finish, the action, the build up, everything to it. It was a great episode. 10 out of 10, 5 stars, automatically off the gate. We have Kirito, continuing his battle with Queen Ella, the administrator. And we see that he's kind of struggling because 1, he's not at full power. 2, he doesn't have his dual blades. And 3, we find out thanks to Yu-Gi-Oh betraying Kirito earlier, Queen Ella looked into his memories, and she basically knows every technique that Kirito knows right now. Plus, thanks to her being connected to the database, she also knows all the previous techniques. She used Asa's techniques, Cluck's techniques, and some other techniques as well that she, was stealing from other people. And I'm like, wow. And it looked like she was winning until she kicked Kirito towards Yu-Gi-Oh, and Yu-Gi-Oh caught on to him, and he was like, "Don't give up. You're stronger than this. You was always pushing forward, and thanks to that, I gotta move forward. So I'm gonna give you forward. I'm gonna push you forward." And he basically touched his old sword with Kirito's hand on it as well, and his blood went into the sword that was broken, and from being an ice sword, is now a blood sword, and it's pitch red, like crimson red, like blood. And Kirito is now back dual wielding again. As you see in the thumbnail, he already got his black cloak activated, but now he got his dual wield as well. And I'm like, yes, Kirito's back at full power. And he starts battling her, and it was a good battle. And they both wounded each other mortally. They both took each other's arm out. She lost her left, I believe, and Kirito lost his right. Or they both lost their right, I believe it was. And she was basically defeated. But before she actually faded off and died, she kind of pulled a douchey boss move, which is something we see often in RPGs, where the boss has a backup plan to escape. And she was gonna leave, and when she was leaving, she told Kirito, "We're gonna meet again, but this time in your word." And I'm like, wait, what? And then we have Chudalkin. He became like this fireball, and he jumped up and grabbed her, and he was like, "I'm gonna be one with you, and I'm leaving with you." And it looked like he fused into her body, and then they blew up into flames. It was really weird, but just her comment was even weirder. I'll meet you again in your word next. It's like, well, what? Which just proves a lot of people's theories that Queen Ella wasn't a Finchlight, that she was actually someone in here. And it gets better, because Kirito tried to use the same system that she used to escape, and he was calling out the lieutenant that Usana was talking to a little before. I believe his name is Kokyo. I'm probably butchering his name, so forgive me, but I'm really bad at Japanese. But he calls out to him, and instead the other doctor replied, the one with the glasses and stuff, and Raft. And Kirito screamed at him saying, "Do you know what you done in this war?" And he was like, "Kirito, look, scream at me later. I need you to find a girl named Alice and meet me at a certain gateway." And he was like, "Don't worry about that. She's right here near me." And he was like, "Okay, cool, bet." And in the background, Kirito is still freaked out because he's hearing gunshots and screaming. And he's like, "Yo, what's going on?" And he freaked out even more because we hear the doctor telling his assistant, "Make sure you grab the female doctor and Asuna, and you go to a safe place." And he really freaked out. He was like, "Asuna? What is she doing in Raft?" And things just go from bad to okay to just hella worse for Kirito in this moment. And he freezes. And then we get the ending of the episode with this light beaming down on him, and Asia's coming down to grab him, and he's kind of fading out of consciousness, so we don't know if this is really Asia or somebody else. And he sticks his hand out to grab her, and that was the end of the episode. Really good episode. It was straight up battle episode. We had a couple of sentimental moments here. We had the flashback with Yu-Gi-Oh, him believing that Alice probably loved him since he's a likable person and stuff, and he was happy that that kiss that Alice gave him was actually not a kiss. She actually went up to check on something that he had on him. He was making a blade, and she was making the shift for it. And this was the birthday present for Yu-Gi-Oh. So that was a nice flashback. Also, it proved that Queen Ella was showing him something that wasn't really true, because they never kissed. It just looked like that from his perspective because he was far on an angle, but it never really happened. And seeing the sad moment between him and, between Yujiro and Kirito, seeing that sad moment because now he passed from that wound was extremely sad. And it's even sadder because now he had to just hurry up and leave this world without even giving him a proper burial. So we don't know what's going to happen. What's going to happen with the other knights? Are they going to get the memories back? What's going to happen between this war between the Dark Tribe and them? Because it seemed like Asuya got him out. Unless he's just dreaming that and he's actually fading into consciousness and he's actually still stuck here. But if he's not stuck here in this virtual world no more and he actually left, that's very impressive. And another impressive thing that didn't occur to me was Alice is not a fetchlight either. She's just like Quinella. She's probably a real person too, not a fetchlight. Because the doctor was like, you must grab her before you leave. So if he grabs her and leaves with her, if she leaves with him, does that mean that she already has a body outside in the other world? She's not a fetchlight or a program? That's weird. I always thought Alice and Yujiro were both fetchlights of people. But I guess they aren't. I guess Yujiro was a fetchlight of somebody. That was proven. But in this episode, now it was proven that Alice was not a fetchlight of somebody. She's actually probably a real person, most likely, because of that dialogue. Which will be interesting, because now we know why Yujiro was like, oh, Alice loves you. Maybe Alice knew Kirito was also a real person in this world and not a fetchlight, but she was keeping it to herself. Which means when Kirito meets Alice in real life, if her name is really Alice, the interaction is going to be very weird. Especially because his girlfriend / fiance, Asuna, is there as well. And that female doctor. So, things are going to be very, very heated next week. And I can't wait to see how this turns out. And see if Kirito actually wakes up and he's in the other world, where the gunshots are being fired, and this military people are sneaking in to steal something from them. Or was this just an illusion that he saw and he's not actually going to get up? He's actually just feeling conscience. And about Alice. About her, I wonder, is her real name Alice? And if her name's not Alice and she's actually a real person, not a fetchlight of a person, then what was she doing here? Just Kirito, he got injected by a high-level poison. So to keep his brain conscious and stable while they fixed his body, they sent his mind over here. That was the only way to save him. So he has an excuse to be here. Not to mention he was helping out with this project in the beginning, even though he didn't know how fully it was until he got in. But what is Alex's excuse? Why is she in here? And Quinella? How did she get in here? I thought she was a fetchlight. Is she a real person too? If she is, then, because of her dialogue, what she said, she has to be a real person. Then how did she get in? Did she hack the system from far away and came in? A lot of things seems kind of fishy. Or maybe it's because I'm an anime only and I don't read the manga or the light novel. That's probably why there's certain things I can't understand. So correct me for those that are watching this down below. But yeah, this was a great episode. 10 out of 10, 5 stars. Episode 24, My Hero, of Sword Art Online Season 3. The title is My Hero. This was a great episode. Loved it a lot. But that's all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me down below your thoughts. If you have not watched the episode, I advise you go watch it. If you do watch it, go watch it again. Great episode. Give this video a like. Follow me on Twitter. Link me down below. That's all I have for you guys. Peace out and have a good one.